Tell us the funniest thing that you experienced with being a driver. Crazy shit that ever happened to me in the fucking car, man. This gay dude pulled his penis out in the back of my car. Yeah, man. That guy freaking did that. He pulled his penis in the back of my car, man. I was like, this guy did not just fucking do this, man. I wanted to fucking kill that guy. I was like, this motherfucker. And I had a camera too, which is the craziest thing about it, you know? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna expose him, man. So I put it on YouTube. There was this other situation, right? Where somebody, I was in Harlem, in Manhattan, and I got a call from the Bronx, right? So as I'm driving over there, I was right by the bridge on 145th Street, right? As I was driving over there, I got a text message. The guy telling me, "Oh, come on." He said, "Make sure you come and pull up to the front or something like that, right?" And as soon as he said that, I was like, "What?" And I was like, I was a little confused. And so immediately I was like, what's going on over here? Like, why would he say that, you know? And I was like, I didn't respond, you know. I wait till I cross the bridge, and you know, I pull over, and I'm assuming, okay, maybe perhaps he ordered. Sometimes people order Ubers and they'll give you something to take somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody will order, like, for example, let's say I left something in my cousin's house, I'll order an Uber to bring it to me, whatever. So I'm thinking maybe it's that, but I'm not, you know, I'm not really thinking nothing of it, right? So I text him. I was like, what do you mean? You know, and the guy texted me, right? Check this out. He's like, no, just come to the front or whatever, right? And so immediately I'm like, yeah, I was gonna cancel the call, but I wanted to see what was going on. Like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Yo, this guy told me, right? Another gay dude. He told me that he was gonna pay me. Listen to this offer. He told me that he was gonna pay me $300, right? He was gonna pay me $300 for him to give me a BJ. And he was gonna allow me also to run the trip. Yeah, that's what that guy proposed to me, man. And she said, get more money. Now I don't want that kind of money, man. I'm good. But yeah, that guy literally offered me through the app $300 to give me a blowjob. And he says you can start the trip as well, you know, and end it. So he was gonna give me $300 plus the money I would have earned on the trip. And I was like, yo, that's gay as fuck, but that's a crazy offer to offer somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm gonna pay you to let me suck you off, and you can still charge the trip. And you know, so I was gonna, obviously, you know, I didn't take up on it, so I was gonna end it. So right before I ended, I was like, no, wait, this could be content, right? I don't know what I did with the video. I screen recorded the conversation though, and I asked him, like, yo, wait, real quick. I was like, has this ever worked before? Because for him to do that, I'm thinking some freaking Uber driver out there, man, said, okay, I'll take you up on the offer, you know? And I'm like, has this worked before? And he was like, yeah, and whatever, you know? And I'm like, listen, I'm not interested, you know? But I'm just curious now because it's like, this is pretty crazy. And I was talking to the guy, you know? And he was like, pretty much like, yeah, it does, you know? He was like trying to, I was like, nah, I'm good. And I ended the trip. And I was like, man, but not ended the trip. I canceled the trip. I wonder how many times that works for him. Hey, listen, he tried it with me, man. It probably has worked before. It probably has worked before, man, because you don't just shoot your shot like that, you know? And you'd be surprised what people will do when nobody's looking, man. Shit, $300, a lot of people will do a lot for $300, you know? But yeah, those are the two craziest things that happened to me, you know? And they were both some gay shit. Oh, but it's not just the dudes. It's not just the dudes, man. The ladies, oh my God, man. The ladies, man, yo. Women, I'm gonna tell you, let me see, how much money would a gay guy have to pay you? There is no amount of money on planet Earth that exists. There is no, listen, the United States government can't print enough money for me to ever consider that. And they print it out of thin air. So there is no amount of money on planet Earth, man, that would ever get me to take up on an offer like that. But let me tell you a story about this chick one day, right? This happened to me multiple times, you know, where females just pretty much just, you know what I'm saying? They offer themselves to you, you know? Some of these women are blunt, you know? Two of them stood out the most. Three of them stood out the most, right? 3 times. There was this one time, right? There was these 2 chicks that were in the car, you know? And one of them asked me, they were on a work trip, you know? So they were out with some buddies at a bar and stuff like that. So, you know, you know how it is. One of them starts or whatever. She's like, "Oh, are you married?" And I was like, "I don't wear rings." So I was like, "Yeah, I'm married," you know. And I already knew where it was gonna go. And she was like, "Are you married or are you married?" You know, like, you know, pretty much saying like, you give a fuck that you're married or not, bro, you know. And I was like, nah, nah, marry, whatever, you know? And but whatever, the point is that towards the end of the trip, right, the guy sitting in front of me, there was three females behind me. One was sitting behind me. I didn't see her face when she came in. And then the other two were right here, right? So the guy walks out for the beginning. The two girls right here, they start there and they start arguing back and forth, talking about like who's gonna sleep with me, you know, because I was dropping them off a hotel. And they were like, no, I'm gonna F him. And the other was like, nah, I'm gonna F him. And the whole time I'm just here listening, like, yo, like, so I don't get a say in this, bro? Like, this is non-consensual. Like, what the fuck is y'all doing, man? What do you mean who's gonna F him, you know? And I was like, yo, this is crazy. So I just stood there and I was like, oh, ladies, I gotta go. I got another call or whatever, you know? And then they got out the car and they left. That was not that crazy, right? This Russian chick I pick up in Manhattan, right? I pick up in Manhattan around probably like 3, 4 p.m. on a Friday, right? And I'm taking her to New Jersey. She gets in the car immediately, you know, she's like super loose. And she starts telling me how Russian chicks, yeah, them Russian chicks, man, you know. So she immediately starts telling me, you know, that she just left her, you know, her friend's house that he Ubered in from Jersey, and that they pretty much just spend the night there, you know, doing, you know what I'm saying, getting it in, and whatever. So she starts telling me all kinds of crazy stories. You know, she's one of those chicks, you know, them nymphos. And I'm just there, and yo, it's like 4 p.m. There's traffic. I'm going to Jersey, so I'm like, shit, man, you know, at least she's talking about something, you know, because a lot of people don't really talk. So she's there talking to me about, you know, this time that she slept with her boss and this and that and whatever and all that. But whatever, the point is that eventually it gets to the point she's like, yo, we should park somewhere and fuck. And I was like, what? Like, I didn't like react to it at all. You know, I allowed herself to back out of it, you feel me? So I just stood quiet and I looked in the rearview mirror and I didn't say nothing. She waited about like 10, 15, like a good like 20 to 25 seconds. And then she was like, I'm just playing with you. And you know, she touched me there, whatever. She said, I'm just joking. And I was like, nah, I know you was joking. You know, I was just waiting for the punchline, you know? And yeah, and then she left it alone, right? But when I dropped her off over there, she's telling me her boyfriend is a cop in Jersey too. So I drop her off over there. She's like, oh, you know, let me get your number, da 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 da. And I'm telling her, it was like, oh, nah, you know, I'm married and whatnot. She was, oh, that's all right. You know, married people could have friends. And I was like, nah, I'm sorry, you know, and whatever, you know, she bounced, right? This right here, though, is the craziest one out of all of them. This happened to me probably like a good like 7 times. But this girl right here, man, I picked her up at a bar, right? Well, I think she was at a bar. I don't know. I don't know if it was like a bar or a club, something like that, right? But I pick her up, she gets in the car, you know, and it was a quick minute. It was like a 8-minute trip. And she gets in the car, right? And as we're arriving, no, before we get there, I remember she says, this is a nice car. And I was like, oh, thank you, you know? And I'm like, ah, fuck, like I already know where this is going, you know? And then she says this, she says, when we're like 3 minutes away from her destination, she says, it's really spacious back here. And I was like, oh no, not again. No, I don't want to deal with this, man. You know? And I just pretended like I didn't hear it, whatever, right? So we got to the destination. I pull over and I was like, all right, we're here, you know? And she was like, oh, you want to help me? What was her exact words? At that point when she said that, I had another phone on me. And I started recording the audio, because you never know with women, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you never know, man. You never know. So I started recording the audio, at least in the car. And I remember she said, I think she said, can you help me with my seatbelt? I think it was, right? And I was like, what was that? She was like, can you help me with my seatbelt? It's stuck. And I'm like, oh no, like, yo, this girl's really trying to get me to the back of the seat of the car, right? When I look back, right, she had this this outfit, which was like super shorts, like almost booty shorts, right? And it came up to like a wide V-neck, like a V-neck like this, like, so it showed a lot of cleavage, right? Yo, when I turned around, she had like opened everything like Superman, and like both her breast was out. And I was like, nah, the seatbelt's not locked. It's just, you know, just click on it right there. It's good. So, you know, I look back and I tell her, oh, no, just click the seatbelt right there. It's not stuck. It works, you know? And then she kind of, really glad you stood your ground to honor your queen. Oh, yeah, no, I don't mess around, man. But, yo, you know, so I told her, no, just click the button right there, you know, the red. And then she kind of got the picture, you know? So she was like, okay. She was like, so she unclipped it and she opened the door. She was like, oh, just being flirtatious. I was like, excuse me? She was, I was just being flirtatious. She was like, oh, I know, I'm sorry, you know? I'm married, I told her. She was like, no, it's okay. And she walked out. She was cool about it, thank God. Now, if she would have said, if she would have pulled out she said, and asked how much, that would have been crazy. But nah, I wouldn't, you know, I don't get down like that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I've been through some stuff here, man. It's not just the gay dudes, man. The females, Man, women are aggressive nowadays. They're aggressive. Every time I get yo, I got another one. This one was the funniest thing that actually has happened to me. Now that I think about it, all the moments are coming back. I'm in the Bronx again, in the Bronx, right? And I'm picking up. I pick up. It was 256, right? It was 6 people, right? Everybody's from the Caribbean, right? The 6 except the girl that's sitting in the front, right? So we had St. Vincent, we had Jamaica. I think somebody from Grenada was there. Some St. Lucia. The girl in the front, I thought she was Jamaican because like towards I've known a lot of Jamaican people. So this chick gets in the car, right? Now it's 256 of them, right? So she gets in the car, she's the one that ordered it. They're waiting for one guy over there. As soon as she walks in, it's nighttime. It's probably like almost 11 p.m., right? And she gets into the car, and as soon as she walks in the car, she was like, "Oh, you have pretty eyes." And I was like, "Oh no." I was like, "Here we go again." So whatever, she walks in and the other people are there and they're all talking. She has a little situation with the guy that was inside that they were waiting for because he didn't want to go to Brooklyn. He was scared because they were going to the hood in Brooklyn. I mean, I picked them up in the hood in the Bronx, but it's the whole Bronx and Brooklyn thing where the Bronx thinks that Brooklyn is the craziest thing in the world and then Brooklyn thinks that the Bronx is the craziest thing in the world. But at the end of the day, both places are equally crazy. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that the guy really didn't want to go because he was going to go to a party. He's like, "Oh, nah, what if there's a shootout, whatever?" And she was messing with the dude, because they were talking about it. So whatever, they're talking about him and whatnot. The guy comes, he gets in the car, he sits behind me. So I heard the whole conversation. So I know that she's like sleeping with this dude and they got something going on. But it's not like a relationship or nothing, right? Yo, this chick, this is the craziest thing that I have ever heard in my life, man. This girl tells me, she starts complimenting my eyes again, right? She leans in, right? Not like right here. Let me put like, because the passenger seat over here, right? She leans in like right over here. And she says, let me remember her. I want to say it word for word. She pretty much said, "I'm gonna suck your until your eyes turn blue." I was like, damn, blue? I got brown eyes, yo. She said, "I'm gonna suck you off until your eyes turn blue." And I was like, yo, and everybody in the car starts dying. The funniest part is not that. That's the crazy shit. I was like, what the fuck did she just say? Everybody in the car starts laughing, right? I'm taking off, I'm driving. I'm hoping that it goes away. But no, she's committed. She's putting pressure on me, telling that she wants to like literally, give me a BJ, and that she's gonna do it till my eyes change color. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I think she was from South Carolina, North Carolina, one of the Carolinas, right? So I drive off. Like 3 minutes later, I'm getting on the highway. As I'm getting on the highway, she's still going with this, right? Everybody in this car, yo, all the dudes in the car, except the dude behind me that she's messing with, they start saying, "Do it, do it, do it," all together at the same time, screaming it out. Yo, we all grown here. We're all in our late 20s. You know what I'm saying? Early 30s at the time. And they're like, "Do it, whip it out." And I'm like, yo. That shit was hilarious. Yeah, man, that was like crazy. I'm like, yo, this chick is wild, bro. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all the craziest thing that I've gotten. The other ones were really not that bad. Not as direct, at least. Not as direct,